Well, I think growth is often more difficult than people think. People would imagine that having a church that is growing is a wonderful blessing. But as churches grow, the challenge of leadership becomes greater. There are more people to connect with. And in a very small church, it's possible for the pastor to know absolutely everybody. But as the church grows, it becomes more and more difficult to have that depth of relationship with every person who's coming to the church. The best statistics suggest that a single man can lead a congregation of about 120, but once you get beyond that size, you need to work differently. You need to be able to delegate and work as a team and work with others. So pastors who've perhaps expected to have a very personal relationship with everyone find it perhaps difficult to make that shift to leading a larger organisation where they have to work through a team of others. Personally, I planted a church back in 1999. We began with about 25 people, and over the course of a number of years, we grew to about 350. And we found that a very significant challenge to go through those stages of growth and to have to change the way that we led and the way that we connected with the congregation. So I found that more and more of my time was being spent in investing in the other leaders and the other members of the team, rather than in direct ministry with members of the congregation. At the same time, I think it's really important that no matter how large your church grows to be, that as the leader, you do maintain links with members of the congregation. So I would always try to build relationships with some members of the congregation, just because I wanted to be able to know them, understand their lives, not lose touch with the ordinary members of the church. So growth is painful. It requires you to prioritise your time differently. It requires you to be willing to sacrifice doing things that you've enjoyed doing and which you've perhaps been good at doing in order to learn more skills. I certainly found that as the church became larger, more of my time needed to be devoted to organisation and planning and building a structure that would enable the church to take care of a larger number of people.